Many fans of the Netflix show Orange is the New Black. A lot of us out there spent the weekend binge watching its 5th season after its debut on Friday. The Emmy-winning series is based on a privileged young woman whose decade-old relationship with a drug runner gets her thrown into a woman's federal prison. Last season, it ended with a rising tension after inmate Poussey Washington died when a prison guard pinned her to the floor with his knee. Now, the new season finds that the Litchfield inmates, that was hard to watch, in control of the prison after a riot.
We gonna need your snacks.
Oh, you see how you just say yours as in belonging to us?
It's important. You're like, what, the snack police?
Yo, they were a bribe. Mr. Fancy Pants Governor thought he would trick us into surrendering with snacks and tampons. They trying to plug all our holes.
So you're throwing them away? That's a great plan.
We gotta show them we serious.
That's badass.
No, it's stupid.
Yeah. Don't we want this to end?
We want justice.
Well, you want justice. We want to go home to our families at some point.
Well, some of us ain't got a home outside. This is my home, and I'm gonna fight for it.
Do you think that they would be doing this to us if we were men? This is so insulting.
Exactly.
We are joined at the table by some of the stars of Orange is the New Black. That's Taylor Schilling, Norah, Prepon and Danielle Brooks. Welcome. It shows you in prison your priorities change, that snacks and tampon is like a coveted item. But listen, it opened season 5 with an amazing, I want to say amazing riot, but a very graphic riot. And I'm thinking the women are clearly in charge this season. It starts off with a huge, huge, huge bang. Taylor.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think I'm looking at the poster for season 5, and the idea of standing up really, I think that embodies what the writers have kind of created this year. And it's exciting to see. It's exciting to see all of the ladies galvanized around one cause. You know, and I don't think we've had that before. And to see how everyone reacts. I mean, it's a very exciting season for
Tasty.
It's really exciting to see.
It's been a crazy ride for Tasty. I feel like we've definitely got to see her go on an incredible journey through the 5 seasons. But this season, we're going to see somebody operate out of a place of having nothing to lose. You know, Tasty is going for blood here and for justice for her friend. And I feel like she is really showing us how resilient that she is. But I just love her so much because she's a fighter. She does not give up on life.
She was always a tough girl, but it's like she's gotten tougher.
Yeah, but I feel like Tasty's she's been a tough girl, but she's always been lighthearted, you know, always seen the brighter side.
That's true.
And Danielle, one of the reviews of your performance says, Brooks delivers a performance that is powerful, soulful, and captivating. She takes command this year on a whole new level.
Thank
True.
you very much.
It's very true.
Thank you, guys.
I know you've been asked this 1,000 times, but I'm interested. Why do you think it's connected with an audience beyond acting and scripts?
Well, I also think that, you know, Jen G. Cohan and our writers are amazing. And, you know, we take up nothing is taboo for them. You know, we take up issues that are relevant to what's going on in the world. And, you know, it's more than just being an actor for hire. You know, we take up women's rights, you know, Black Lives Matter. I mean, there's some same-sex orientation. I mean, we take up so many amazing issues that a lot of people are scared, that a lot of people are scared to write about. But audiences are smart and they want compelling television, and our show is compelling, and we push the envelope and people respect it. And with the success of that, you now see other shows following suit. You know, we kind of blazed that path. And it's an amazing thing to be part of.
Including politics, because this was filmed during the presidential election.
Right.
Yes.
How did that affect the show, Taylor?
Well, I think that there was no way, given, I think, the way each of us just engage as citizens in the world, there was no real way to strip what we were making from the context in which we were creating it. I mean, I think living in the midst of the campaign and the election certainly imbued everything we were doing with a little bit more intensity.
But it, you know, it's funny because it also shows, because I remember this specifically, that Election Day was during the episode I was directing, and I remember that specific day that was
watching it on laptops.
Yes, exactly, and everyone was like,
happening?
"What's going to happen?" And everyone was on, you know, pins and needles. But it's interesting because, and that was episode 10, so we were pretty much almost done with the season. But when you look at our show and that these women are going through this kind of power struggle and standing up for yourself and, you know, fighting for what they believe in, it was so relevant to now what's kind of transpired, you know. So that's how amazing, you know, I think our writers are, because they could foresee that this was something that was bubbling and going on.
And there's also
something very prescient about them, the way they wrote this. And yeah, I mean, standing up, resistance, or
Right.
resistance.
And there is the notion that your guys spent a lot of research in terms of looking at riots, even though most riots in prison have been at men's prisons.
Yeah.
You look at that in terms of getting a sense of how do we get at the heart of what a riot is about.
I think it takes people who are not afraid to die. I mean, think about someone who really takes over a riot. You have to be that fearless, you know, and I feel like that the women are at that point because they have been treated like animals. They have been treated like the bottom of the barrel, you know, as inhumane. And right now they have nothing to lose.
Yeah, they know there are consequences, and they
Yeah.
don't care.
Exactly.
To a T. Even the ones that aren't so outspoken, you see a change in them. I'm curious about the relationship between the two of you.
That was my question.
Was it? I'm very fascinated about that. Like, where is that going?
Where's the relationship?
I know you can't tell us the details, but it's interesting to see how it's evolved, how the way you two started. But you start season 5 clearly a couple.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, well, very quickly, I think that we realize that there's something that we're dealing with that's bigger than us right now, with what's going on in the current environment of the prison. And, you know, we basically, I mean, the relationship between Alex and Piper is always so tumultuous and hot and cold, and which is why it's so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
And when that kind of thing gets thrown into a situation, I feel like a riot, you know, you kind of realize what's important, and you kind of, at times, put that aside and be like, okay, we need to focus on the greater
Yeah,
issue.
I think that it's, as much as it is a fun relationship to watch, there are sort of bigger themes that we're dealing with in this
Is Piper
season.
ever getting out of prison?
I don't know the answer
Lord
to
have
that
mercy.
question.
Nobody knows the answer to that.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
But we do know there will be 7 seasons.
Yes.
And more to come.
she's only been there for, in real life, Piper was there for 13 months, but our Piper is in prison for 18, and we're at month 10.
All right.
Laura Prepon, Taylor Schilling, and Danielle Brooks, congratulations.